Hey everyone, I'm Josh Wolf, managing partner and co-founder of Lux Capital, a venture capital firm that invests in emerging science and technology ventures at the outermost edges of what's possible. And this is our new series, Futura, where we're going to introduce you to the rebels of science and invention who are turning sci-fi into sci-fact. Today we're sitting down with Luke Schoenfelder, co-founder and CEO of Latch, the world's first smart access system. In 2013, Luke cashed out his Apple 401k and began building a smart access system designed not just to open doors, but to reconfigure how buildings and cities themselves operate. So Luke, tell me why you started Latch. What was the original inspiration?
Access is this area where there's never been infrastructure. It's always been one person, one key, and then kind of beyond that, it breaks down. And so for me, it was Latch is the combination of all the things that I care about: technology, architecture, urban planning, and creating this new type of infrastructure for cities.
Now you mentioned this interesting word access, because there's a ton of people out there that are developing smart locks but you are not talking about smart locks. You are talking about something much bigger. When you talk about access, what does that actually mean?
For us, it's never been about your phone is your key. That's a form factor change. What we care about is a value proposition change. So being able to automate everything that needs to happen in your life without having to be there anymore. They say that the average American spends 2.5 days waiting at home to let somebody in, and we give them that time back.
So technologically, how does this all work?
So we've tried to take a lot of complexity and make it appear simple. And what we've done is we've taken 2 printed circuit boards that have NFC, Bluetooth, in some cases Wi-Fi, LEDs, a camera, and we've put it inside this really interesting plastic enclosure. And this circular enclosure is common to all of our products. It's really the heart of all of our products. And so that commonality shows the user exactly what they need to do. This is the black circle that I interact with. This is the interaction module. And that interaction module allows you to unlock with your phone, unlock with an NFC card that you can always carry in your wallet, or tap it and kind of magically this, what feels like a touchscreen, wakes up and you're able to enter a code so you never have to carry anything with you. That's amazing for the resident when they come home and they want to access different parts of the building, but it also allows us to extend this to service providers. So service providers can use the same 3 ways of getting in. So whether it's on their first-party Dyad device at UPS where they scan a package and see a code, or it's an NFC card from their ID, all of those sort of means of entry are supported by Latch, and then we provide the right receipts about everything that's happened at each door to all the stakeholders. And that's the whole system. That's how it all works.
Now, when you think about the technological components and that full stack, you've made a decision, rather than outsourcing the software or the hardware, that you guys are doing it all in-house. Yep. Why?
Alan Kay once said that anyone who cares about software makes their own hardware. And I think the sort of corollary to that is anyone who cares about experience makes their own software. Anyone that cares about software that makes their own hardware. And in order to control that entire thing, you have to have it sitting internally and have the same person who's thinking through how the hardware is designed, thinking about how someone on UPS is going to interact with it. And that whole symbiosis of all these technologies, all these stakeholders, has to be a bunch of people sitting in a room figuring it out.
Now, 10 or 15 years ago, everybody would have said, don't get in cars with strangers. But alas, today with Uber and Lyft, we do that every day, multiple times a day. Today, you would say, never let a stranger in your home. I'm convinced because of the stuff that you're doing, largely because of technology creating trust and accountability, that we will be readily letting strangers into our home. Tell me about the privacy aspects of this and what the implications are.
Well, first of all, I think you're exactly right. And I also think that there's a lot more precedent in the home, because people say, oh, I don't want strangers in my home, but I'm okay with the babysitter, the dog walker, the house cleaner, all these people that you've built a trusted connection with. And now we're just extending who you have trusted connections with, like your UPS delivery person. We have a partnership with UPS to deliver inside your building. That's a type of person that people already have trust in the organization, in the individuals that work there. And we're just extending trust to new places so that you can enable these new experiences inside personal spaces. And the way to engender trust with the users, with the buildings, with the stakeholders that are involved is by providing transparency. And so we think of our job as being a transaction processor for access, and we give everybody a receipt. Here's what happened when you were away. Here's all the information you need to know about who arrived. Here's a photo of them. And that makes people really comfortable to try new things to make their life easier.
Now, you are just turning 5 years old as a company. Yep. And the past 5 years has been exceptional. But tell me about the next 5. What are you planning strategically and technologically? What are sort of the next trends that people can expect to see?
Yeah, and I think in some ways we're a business that's only 18 months old. We started selling 18 months ago. We spent 3.5 years getting to ground truth with all of our customers, who are some of the biggest real estate owners and developers in the world. And now we've built the products, the products are out there. We get to do the entire layer of services and experiences on top of the hardware that we've created now. And for us, it's almost like our App Store moment, where if you think about the iPhone in 2007, amazing, but there wasn't this ecosystem of third-party development and creativity. And now we're seeing people say, oh, I'm gonna use Latch devices to start a new leasing business. I'm gonna use Latch devices to start this business. And seeing people's creativity and now empowering them with new software tools and new capabilities to provide new services and new experiences is what the next 5 years is gonna be all about.
Now at Lux, we love rebel inventors and scientists. We like people who are sort of breaking the rules and testing the boundaries. What would you say, either technologically or from a business perspective, what rules are you breaking?
So commercial real estate tech is really hot right now, but 5 years ago, everyone said this is the most conservative, slow-moving customer base, and they don't understand or care about technology, and that is just completely false. What they actually don't care about is the noise that technology often creates. They want real problems solved operationally, and that was what we did. We embedded with these folks, became friends with these folks, understood what their problems are, and just solved their problems. And it turns out, when you solve someone's problems, they're pretty excited about using your technology product, but they don't see it as a technology product. They see it as just something that makes their life better.
Luke, thanks so much for coming, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Josh. Appreciate it.
That's it from us today. I want to thank the great rebel scientists and inventors at Latch for giving us a sneak peek of the future. And I want to leave you with 2 book recommendations that were inspirations for Latch. The first is sci-fi, which is Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell, and it's really about the interconnectedness of time and space. And the second, which is the sci-fact recommendation, is Ben Franklin, An American Life by Walter Isaacson. Luke actually names Ben Franklin as one of his favorite people in general, and specifically, it's a great look at fearless inventiveness. If you want to get in touch with us, reach out at futura@lux.vc. We'd love to hear your crazy ideas and inspirations.